Tony Abbott.
Ah, the mug the wife's in cahoots with, eh?
Very much in cahoots.
Women sure are funny. Falling for guys like him? What's he do?
He's Farnsworth's confidential secretary. He'll be yours when you're Farnsworth.
Like hell, because I'm gonna be Farnsworth.
Mrs. Farnsworth, Joe.
Oh, gee, she sure don't look like a killer.
Tony, I'm frightened.
Steady.
Oh, I don't know what suddenly came over me. I can't seem to shake a feeling that there's something weird, like something we can't see, hanging over us, watching us.
Ha! You said it, sister.
Perhaps a drink will stay.
Yes.
I'm as nervous as she is.
We've nothing to worry about, darling. It'll all come off just as we planned.
That's what you think.
Besides, what's more natural than after a glass of warm milk, a sleeping pill or two, a tired, or shall we say, a very tired businessman should unfortunately drowse off in his bath.
Oh, drowse off! Listen to that murdering bastard! Excuse me, Mr. Jordan.
You're forgiven, Joe.
To 20 millions, my sweet.
And us.
Of course.
Oh, come on, Mr. Jordan. Grab Farnsworth's soul and let's get the hell out of here.
All right, Joe. But I did want you to meet a certain young lady.
Oh, nix. I don't want anything to do with this bunch.
There's a bit of that Logan case in Farnsworth.
Show her in.
Yes, of course.
Jordan, get a hold of yourself.
I'll be all right, Tony.
You know what she's coming for. Be cordial, sympathetic. You can afford to be now.
I'll be close, Tony.
Think of only what this means. Happiness, freedom, no more of his violent tempers, no more of this ridicule, no more hiding.
Whenever it comes, darling, I shan't be sorry. I couldn't have gone on another day.
I'll be in the study. If she becomes difficult, bring her into me.
Those two must be in love. So, the dame, the one who's coming in, is she in on the murder?
Well, judge for yourself, Joe.
Logan, man.
Good evening, Miss Logan. Good evening, Miss Farnsworth.
Gee, Mr. Jordan. I didn't see anyone like that in heaven.
Mr. Farnsworth is expecting me. He'll be right down, my dear.
Hey, Farnsworth is dead, ain't he?
What?
Well, how's he gonna be right down?
I'm trying to listen.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Drink?
No, thank you.
Cigarette? Not just now.
That's right, kid. Don't take anything from that
I
kid.
just heard of your poor father's arrest. Too bad. But don't worry. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth will help you. He seems particularly susceptible where you're concerned.
I'm not here to ask for favors, Miss Farnsworth. My father is innocent.
Of course. However, since he is the active head of Logan Company, and since he did loan the Byer security,
He was tricked by Farnsworth. But of course, you and Mr. Abbott know that as well as I
aren't
do.
you a bit hysterical, my dear? Surely your father's not a child. He knew what he was doing.
He was in Europe at the time. He left everything in Farnsworth's
Perhaps
hands.
you better tell that to Mr. Abbott. He's in the study. I'm sure he can convince you that your father acted solely of his own accord. As a matter of fact, I happen to know it was strictly against the advice of my husband. But don't take my word for it. Come.
Hey, I don't like to see that kid in there with those two killers.
She's perfectly safe, Joe.
Oh, save my ass, she's in trouble.
Yes, Joe. Very serious trouble. She worships her father.
Well, come on, you guys can do anything. Get busy, help her.
It's entirely up to Farnsworth.
But Farnsworth is dead.
Precisely. However, the girl was right. Farnsworth would not have helped her. He engineered the entire affair. He tricked her father.
Gee, and you want a swell girl like that to hate me.
Everyone builds himself, Joe. The architectural power of the soul. The power to weave material into a fabric for its covering. You'll make a very different Farnsworth. Spiritually, there'll be no change in you.
Yeah, but she won't know that. She'll think I'm the same rat he was. No, sir, Mr. Jordan. I like to help her out, but not this way.
This is the only way, Joe.
Gee, you put me in a hell of a tough spot.
On the contrary, I think you'll find it quite pleasant.
Yeah? How so? I'd have to give up everything. My match with the bomber, a shot at the title, my private life, everything. I wouldn't be myself anymore. And what is a guy if he isn't himself?
You'll always be yourself, Joe. Nothing can change that. You'll merely be donning a new physical covenant, like putting on a new overcoat.
It's got to be a pretty good overcoat to last me 60 years. Of course, I could build them up, you know, like I did myself.
Of course.
fresh air, exercise, wholesome food.
I'm sure you do wonders with him. His spirit will be young, vibrant, and vital. You'll make a very different Farnsworth.
Hey, wait a minute. Will he fit me? I mean, will I fit him?
Well, as you are now purely spirit, I could put you inside a cat.
Gee, a big guy like me?
Very comfortably.
You fellas sure do tricks with us.
In order to best comprehend the nature of the atomic body, one must discard the ideas of the physical body by discarding the atomic theory and eliminate.
All right, look. All I know about my body is if I get plenty of fresh air, plenty of exercise, wholesome food, I'll be.
I know, Joe. You'll be in the game.
Can't miss.
Perhaps now that you've seen the correspondence between your father and Mr. Farnsworth, maybe you'll realize.
There's nothing you can say or do to convince me that my father has done anything dishonest. He never took a penny from anyone. He couldn't. Now, will you tell Mr. Farnsworth I'm here unless I go to his room unannounced?
Don't do it, Miss Logan. You get yourself caught up in the killing.
I'll have you announced it once, Miss Logan.
But whether your father is guilty or not isn't important, really. What is important is that you're here to, shall we politely say, intercede for him.
I'll do anything to save my father.
Yes, I know. Anything.
You rang, madam?
Yes, tell Mr. Farnsworth Miss Logan is here.
Yes, madam.
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Jordan. That thing knows Farnsworth is dead.
You haven't much time to decide, Joe.
You mean whether I want to be Farnsworth or not?
I mean whether you want to help that gal.
Well, gee, sure I do. Only
Well, hurry, Joe.
don't rush me. Look, this is a pretty important step in my life, you know? Look, if I do it, it'll only be temporary, won't it?
Only if you wish it.
You bet I do. Just so I get that girl out of that spot. You better make that clear.
It's quite clear, my boy.
All right. It's a deal.
Come.
Don't worry, Bette. I mean, Miss Logan. Everything's gonna be all right. I hope. Gee, Mr. Jordan, I'm feeling funny already.
I heard my beloved was in the stateroom on the Italy front sailing Wednesday. Of course, you'll sail with him. For your father's sake, naturally. Paris, enchanting this time of year. Flowers and the boys, pretty new clothes, music, dancing. Divine, really. You must let me give you a list. There are so many charming places here I spent our honeymoon. I shan't want you to miss them.
I see where I've overestimated you, Miss Farnsworth, and I never thought you'd permit such an arrangement.
Why not? It wouldn't last. It never has. I know my husband, Miss Logan. He's a fool for a pretty face. You'd merely be another feather in his cap.
As you are.
You're around, Miss Logan.
Mr. Farnsworth is right now. Oh, here he is now.